Hello, I'm Laurel. The moment Vincent McCory is on assignment, and this is Africa 54. Voting in South Africa's national election is underway for many citizens living outside the country. The nation's Independent Electoral Commission says ballots and seals have been sent to nations on 6 continents, including the United States, Europe, Australia, Asia, and the Middle East. Approximately 1,600 South Africans living in America are expected to cast their ballots today, including here in Washington, D.C., where about 500 voters are expected to turn up at the country's embassy. Consulates in New York, Chicago, and Los Angeles are also taking expatriate voters. After the voting is done, ballot boxes will be sealed and shipped back to South Africa. South Africa's Living at Home vote on Wednesday, May 7th. Many young people who were born after the end of apartheid will vote for the first time. But as Emilie Iob reports for VOA News in Johannesburg, not all of them are keen to do so.
ANC, EFF, DA, COPE, these parties' campaigns are in full swing. These May 7th elections come 20 years after South Africa elected its first black president, Nelson Mandela, marking the end of white minority rule. Mr. Mandela's ANC party has dominated politics ever since. Analysts predict the ANC will win again, but by a smaller margin, given its poor record on basic service delivery, entrenched unemployment, and corruption scandals. This disenchantment may be affecting South African first-time voters. Only 1/3 have registered to vote. And even among those that did, some, like university students Simela Tseka, say they are not sure their choice will matter.
I wanted to vote because, I felt like it was my duty as a South African citizen to vote. But, as of lately, my thoughts on democracy have been changing. Democracy, right, only offers us an opportunity, to put people in power. But after that, we don't get to decide how they use that power.
Tseka says he's tired of ANC scandals. But the ANC still has a huge support based on its historical legacy. In the Kliptown district of Soweto, Tabilise Gaza does not hesitate when asked whom she's going to vote for.
Jacob Zuma, of course. Because of ANC, we have our freedom.
Gaza says while her main concerns are a lack of jobs and schools in a township, she believes 20 years is not enough time to fix all problems and that President Zuma and the ANC will eventually deliver. ANC support runs in the family. Gaza's mother, Elizabeth Nkube, says the ANC has made her life better.
I'm happy with the ANC because they gave me a grant and they promised me a house.
Nkube says she has been waiting for that house since 1999, but is confident the ANC will eventually deliver. Not so for 19-year-old Neo Prince Tom, who lives a few blocks away and does not plan to vote at all.
That's my way of protesting by not voting, because if I'm voting, that means I'm saying I agree with everything that they do, But for not voting, I see it as a way of denying everything that they come up with.
Tom distrusts all current political parties.
Our parents will always say, no, the government, the ANC has fought for freedom, and it's not all about it, it's all gone. What we should focus on, it's what is still coming, it's tomorrow.
Polls show that Tom is typical of the Bond Frees, as they're called, who have only known democracy and think the government is out of touch. And South Africa is a young nation. Nearly half of the 25 million registered voters are under 40. The question is, how many of them will vote? Emilie Iob for VOA News, Johannesburg.